Talk to me about how you've been feeling.
You told me you have another connection. And then, like, obviously feelings are starting to develop and I feel nervous. I know how attracted I am to you.
Yeah.
And, like, picturing, like, where it could go is what makes me excited.
Why does it seem like Shonda Rhimes produced Love is Blind UK? Seriously, that scene between Sam and Nicole, it's as though it was Shonda Rhimes at her peak, writing a romance scene either for Scandal or for Grey's Anatomy. That was a bit too much. That was a bit too much for me. And come on, Nicole. Come on, Nicole. Love needs eyes to see. Can you not see that this man is playing you? Seriously. Seriously. Anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love is Blind UK, Season 1, Episode 3. To say it, at times love needs eyes to see. At times love needs eyes to see, because I don't get what Nicole is confused about. Benaiah, yeah, maybe she might think he's trying to sort of squeeze the competition out of the way, but still, why didn't she question Jasmine that why did you break things off with Sam? Even where is her gut to tell her that there's something off about Sam? Sam is telling her what she wants to hear. Sam is doing all the gestures that he knows a boy needs to sort of perform for his girl to really like him. The fact that he gave her a bracelet is not good enough for me to say that he's boyfriend material or he's probable fiance material. No, he's just there, as I've been saying since episode 1, he's there for the gram, and I'm happy that Benaiah confirmed the same thing, that he's not there for love. He's there for influencer roles. He's there to be on The Perfect Match next season. That's my opinion of him. I don't think he ever intended to get married. He's too vain to prioritize anyone, let alone someone who's as innocent looking or as innocent behaving as Nicole. So I don't get why she didn't call things off with him. When Benaiah obviously went back to the men's quarters, he was feeling very uncomfortable because he knew what he had done. But at the end of the day, he had discussed it with Stephen. Stephen had suggested that he tell her the truth and leave it up to her to make up her mind. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what happens. I really am curious with that. You have Maria and Tom go on a date. And for me, I don't get it. I like that they're having in-depth conversations. I responded to Kim about this. My thing is, I feel like with Tom, he knows his strongest connection is with Maria. But because of her ethnic background and her religious beliefs, this, I think, is something that is weighing heavily on his mind. Because some people are so stuck in stereotypes that they fail to look outside of what they believe, someone should look like and someone should behave. And so they fail to realize that just because someone is of a certain ethnic background or someone is of a certain religious belief, it doesn't mean that they behave or they dress or they pray or they do anything the same way as everybody else within that religion. Just like, not all Africans are the same, or not all Europeans are the same, or not all Americans are the same, not all Christians are the same, not all, Muslims or whatever religion you believe in. So I think this is the thing that is weighing heavily on him. And I think this is why he doesn't want to make his decision as to who his top one is, who his top is, and who his number 2 is. Because Maria told him she's his top, and he's sort of saying, well, I don't have a top. And it's like, please be honest. You do have a top. Just be honest. If she's not your top, let her know. That way she can go home in peace, knowing that, she's not your top and she can go and look for her person. They did have conversation about family, of what family looks like. I like the fact that Maria said, she wants to spend as much time as possible with her children. And for him to say, oh no, I don't want a stay-at-home wife. Yeah, I know childcare in the UK is expensive. I know it's very expensive, but still at the same time, she is saying she only wants to spend at least the first year with the children. And depending on who you work for in the UK, you can afford to do that. And he, being a gym owner, should be... Is he the one who's a gym owner? Oh my God, look at me. He might not be the gym owner. I think he's in PR or something. I have notes somewhere that I've written down. I have to look at my notes to see exactly what he does for a living. What did he say? Oh yeah, he's PR and advertising consultant, but he should have a very good paying job. So he should be able to, if they make the necessary cuts, he should be able to afford for his wife to at least spend a year at home. You should be able to afford that. But anyway, I like their conversation, and I am sad that Tom might actually miss out on an amazing woman just because he's stuck in a certain way of thinking. That's just my opinion. If I'm miscalculating the situation, then I'm sorry. But that's the impression that I get, that the reason why he's not picking Maria as number one is because of the fact that she said she's Moroccan and Muslim. That's my opinion of it. That's it. Because a lot of people are so stuck in stereotypes and whatever that they fail to see outside of the normal. Anyway, you have the reveal between Bobby and Jasmine. It was cute. The fact that they really liked each other's appearance was amazing, because that's always the biggest concern on Love is Blind, that, you match yourself with someone and then you see the person and you're like, wow, this is not it. This is not the Megan Fox that I was looking for. So I'm happy that they do really like what they see, and I really hope they do work out. I really don't get it. I said this in episode 1 and I'll say it again. Why don't they show us everybody's dates, even if it's speed? Because I think it's about 10-15 minutes for the first speed dates. They should at least show us. Episode 1 should be speed dates for everybody, every single person. As they go in and out of the pods, we should be able to see that and see, even if we don't get the full 10 minutes, but just get a flavor of what people are saying. That way we know why people connected and why they don't. Because you have Tom go on 2 dates with Natasha and with Maria. Obviously, Maria has told him that she's his number one. He knows for a fact that his strongest connection is with Maria. But he keeps saying, oh, but there's something with Natasha. I don't know whether it's sexual or whether it's a friendship. And it's like, it's not it. It really is not it. Looking at both girls, aesthetically, I think Maria is better. For him, one, I think Maria has more substance than Natasha. Natasha is more about her physical appearance. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's more sexual. She doesn't come across as someone with a sort of nurturing side. I don't know her. I'm just judging from what I've seen. So for Tom and what he wants from a partner, I think Maria is it. He did have a conversation, and I think he can actually tell that she is losing not losing interest, but she's losing faith in their connection, because she's starting to question whether he feels the same about her. I liked both their dates. I like the fact that he acknowledges that, yes, there is that it's sort of intense connection with Maria, which includes a sexual attraction, because they've spoken about everything under the sun, including the sexual aspect of their relationship. And so I don't get why he feels the need to constantly be going back and forth, unless the producers are just showing us just for the sake of trying to fill the time. You have Demi go on a date with Ollie, and, she eventually opens up that she's got endometriosis. Being a woman is not easy. Having periods is not easy, and let alone having endometriosis. So the fact that she was able to open up to him and tell him that it might be difficult for her to conceive naturally because of the endometriosis. And this is what I was talking about when it came to Sabrina and Stephen, that they needed to understand where the other person is coming from fully and make a decision of whether that's appropriate. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that Ollie said as long as he and his partner are good, then everything else will fall in line, which I didn't expect from him. I'm going to put my hand on my heart. I didn't expect from him, because I always saw him as a shallow person from the moment he spoke about being a Craig Davis lookalike. So I was actually very surprised at how supportive and understanding and empathetic he came across, which was good for Demi, because I think Demi needs a very patient and loving soul. I think Demi could have benefited from someone like Zach from Love is Blind USA season 4, because he comes across as very empathetic and caring and very nurturing towards his partner, and I don't know whether Ollie has that capacity to do that. That would be my biggest concern when it comes to Ollie and Demi, because Demi, even though physically she looks like she's very steady, but emotionally I think she will need a very supportive, very empathetic, very caring and loving partner. And I don't know whether this man is it for her. I really don't know whether this man is it, and I don't know whether he has the capacity to give her what she needs in a relationship. So I don't know. We then have Freddie. Freddie's on pins and needles because he doesn't know, he wants to propose and he doesn't know how his partner is going to take it. And it's like, well, Catherine will take you. Because at the end of the day, she lost out on Ollie and she knows she lost out on Ollie. I loved Catherine and Freddie on day one in their conversations, but the way she moved in regards to the Ollie stuff, that's what I didn't like. So I hope she's actually genuine when it comes to Freddie, because Freddie comes across as a sweet soul and I would really hate for her to waste his time and sort of lead him on and then, turn around and be all messy and, whatever. Anyway, Freddie proposes and she says yes. It was a very sweet proposal, in my opinion. I love the fact that he had, this sort of poem written out for her and sort of recited it for her before he then proposed to her, which I really liked. So that was sweet. Okay, allow me to vent. So you have Nicole. Nicole has had a couple of conversations with Jasmine. This is what I've been asking for, that I feel she needs to sit down with Jasmine and have a conversation about Sam, because they both dated Sam. They both shortlisted Sam, but one of them dropped him and the other one didn't. And I don't know why she didn't listen. The fact that you have plenty of people telling you that this man is not here for the right reasons or there's something off about this man should make you question. You don't need to leave the experiment engaged. You don't need to. It's not a must. You can always meet that person in the real world because already you've met, you've created a bond. You can always look for each other. There's social media, there's whatever, and eventually date that person. You don't need to, say yes. So she goes on these 2 dates. Because the guys, it seems there's a group of guys in the men's lounge that are rooting for Benaiah to win. And then there's a group of guys, well, it's Ollie and somebody else. They are the ones that can tolerate. I don't think any of the other guys can tolerate Sam at all. I think they've been put off by him and his behavior, so they can't stand his nerves. So it seems Ollie and the other guy, I think it's Aaron or someone, are the only 2 guys that are sort of able to or find him palatable, because everybody else can't stand his nerve. So you have both guys go in the pods and they go both calling Nicole. Nicole is nowhere to be found, and eventually she opens the door to Sam, has this conversation with Sam and asks him, are you here for the right reasons? What do you think, Sherlock Holmes? What do you think? Do you think he's going to tell you no? Seriously? Make it make sense. Do you think he's going to tell you no? Oh my God. I wanted to get into the TV and give her a couple of, wake up slaps across the face, because make it make sense. Do you in your right mind think he'll tell you even if he's not there for the right reasons? Why ask him such a stupid question? Why not ask him, what is it about me that you like, that you see as, ideal for you to form a partnership with, and what do you see our future as? Ask him questions that allow you to gain insight, because he gave her the textbook answers. Yes, I'm here for the right reasons. Yes, you are it for me. Yes, you're this, that, and the other. And then he does this Shonda Rhimes sort of rom-com scenario whereby they both hold the glass and then he proposes and then she says yes and then she cries, and it's like, oh my God, why? That was acting 101. I wonder whether both of them have been on EastEnders or something, because I didn't like that whole scene and I didn't like how it was overplayed and over dramatized. It was too much. It was too much. And for her to say, I love you, and for him to say, I think, that should have been her first red flag if she didn't have any red flags for this guy. That should have been her biggest red flag. Waving, wee-ho, with, those sirens on an ambulance. That should have been it. And so for her to still think this is a good idea, I don't get. I don't know whether this was the final day for the guys to propose or whatever. Then she went and she spoke to, Benaiah, and Benaiah was sort of saying to her, I really care about you and I really want what's best for you. You are a part of my heart. And it's like, these are the things that Sam should have told you before you accepted this proposal. These are the things that he should have told you and convinced you to accept his proposal. So for you to be told that and to say no, now I understand why you're going on to your second marriage, because you refuse to allow love to have eyes to see what's happening in front of it. And even the boys' reaction when Sam walked in saying she had said yes, they weren't as ecstatic. They were all sad. They were all sad like it was a funeral. Like someone had announced that my pet had died. Seriously. And yet when Benaiah walked in, all the guys, bar the two that were sitting with Sam, ran and sort of surrounded him and hugged him and comforted him. And it tells you a lot. It tells you a lot about that Sam guy. And the audacity for Sam to think it's an ideal moment to discuss his proposal to a woman that has just rejected someone who is crying in the same room with him doesn't make sense. The way he role played it, oh, I touched the glass. Even the people he was talking to felt uncomfortable. You could see that Ollie was uncomfortable. They felt uncomfortable. They couldn't say anything. And then he has the audacity to walk up to him and say, oh, are you okay? If you need to talk, I'm here. If you need anything. Oh God. Anyway, I don't swear on my channel. I don't swear in real life, so I don't want to start swearing just because someone has got on my nerves. But anyway, I don't know. You have, Nicole go to the girls' lounge. First of all, she sits outside the door after speaking to Benaiah because she's distraught. And I think her gut was telling her that she had made a mistake. And this man was not it. So she then goes to the ladies' lounge and she tells them that she's engaged. And all of them want to know to who. Who are you engaged to? Is what we want to know. Congratulations, but we want to know. And when she says Sam, you can see that some of them are like, this ain't it, but we're going to be supportive. This ain't it. Because even Jasmine was standing behind her. She wouldn't come to her face. And I was like, she knows that, Nicole has made a mistake. Everybody knows Nicole has made a mistake, but they don't know how to tell her you've made a mistake. I actually really like Freddie. I actually really like him. He's one of the cutest people ever. And he comes across as very sweet. You can see the guys are excited for him. Obviously, this is after the proposal and he's going for his reveal. And he's very good looking. I think Catherine doesn't realize how well she did for herself. Because out of Ollie and Freddie, Ollie is, he's good looking. I don't want to knock him. But Freddie has this sort of boy band look, if you know what I mean. He is good looking. He comes across as very patient, very empathetic. I remember Kim said, he's got great values because he understands that the true meaning of life, dealing with people that have passed on. So, for the reveal, I knew she would be happy. I didn't know how he would feel because I think Catherine said she lost 5 stone, if I'm not mistaken. But he seemed very ecstatic. He liked her physical appearance. It was cute that they were both crying, but I sadly have lost that sort of connection with Catherine myself. Given how she moved with the Ollie situation, she lost me there. I initially loved her at first sight when I saw her with Freddie, and I thought they would make a great connection, a great couple, because I felt they had a lot of things in common. But now I'm not so sure. I really hope she doesn't turn out to be one of those Mikas that sort of chase after Ollie and think maybe Ollie is it for her when they get to the group get together. But I loved their reveal. I love the fact that Freddie was very emotional. He spoke about their connection. He spoke about the future, and he spoke about how beautiful, and he really complimented her very well, which I really liked. So that was a great reveal. And next we go to Tom. Tom is having a conversation with Natasha. I think he's come to the realization that she's not it. There's something about her that's missing that Maria has. She has that lack of, I don't want to say she's not genuine because I don't know her as a person, but there's that thing, that empathetic sort of nurturing. I don't know, somewhere in between that sort of, if you get what I mean, like she's lacking that thing that sort of borders. If you put her in the middle and you sort of draw arrows towards genuine, empathetic or nurturing, you don't know which direction to make her face because you know that there's something missing there. Yeah, she might have it, but it's not at the sort of pace or rate that you'd expect for someone who's going to be matched with somebody like Tom. That's just my opinion. I think Maria is a perfect fit for him, and I think he's reaching this realization because he can't even say to her what he wants to say. And she is coming there with the hope that this is her person, because she was speaking to Demi and she was saying, he brings out emotions in her, and she's starting to develop strong feelings for him. And it's like, yeah, but there's something missing. of two minds of this, love triangles that they've been showing us. But to me, it does make sense. It does make sense because it tells you why someone chose the person that they chose. I wish, as much as they're showing us, like for example, they showed us Nicole's top 2. I wish we had seen Benaiah's top 2. I wish we had seen Sam. Well, we saw Sam's top 2 and one of them dropped him. And I also wish we'd seen the same for the girls when it comes to the Tom situation. I can't wait to see what he says tomorrow. I hope he breaks up with her. That's just my opinion. I hope he breaks up with her. But anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 2. Bye guys.